expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow.
This weekend marks an international event designed to send a very strong message to leaders in Uganda.
Thousands of participants from around the world will gather in cities, including right here in Charleston, to abduct themselves and raise awareness about the plight of children being kidnapped and forced to become soldiers.
Nikki, Corriher and Bundy are here to tell us more about the plan to rescue Africa's invisible children. Good to see you, ladies.
Hi, ladies.
Hi.
So can we give a backstory to this in case people aren't aware of what's going on in Uganda?
All right, the longest war in African history is being fought by a man, Joseph Kony. For the last 23 years, he's been fighting for control of Uganda. He wants to overthrow the president, Yoweri Museveni. But instead of fighting with people that are on his side, he has resorted to abducting child soldiers to fight for his army. 90% of the Lord's Resistance Army, which is what he calls himself, the LRA, are abducted child soldiers.
Now, how old are these children?
9, 10, 11. They're no different than the 9, 10, and 11-year-olds you see here in Charleston. Kids are kids.
Here they are right here. Look at this. And how does he lure them into becoming and make them become these child soldiers?
Fear. There's absolutely no luring that goes on. He raids cities at night and abducts them from their families.
Murders their families and takes them hostage.
And recently, something happened in the Congo as well that he's responsible for.
Christmas Day, following some peace talks, he was supposed to come out and sign the peace agreements. He never did. A few weeks later, he organized a massacre. Many people were killed.
Wow, so this is something going on all around our country, and we're lucky enough to have this here in the Lowcountry.
Charleston is one of the 100 cities in the globe actually picked to have this rescue event. And like she said, the Congo is now the most violent place in the world because of this one man and his rebellion.
So what can we do and how can we help right here in Charleston?
We can do a lot. This organization's focus is primarily to bring the message to people so they know that it's happening. For example, last weekend I wore this shirt, which has got an AK-47 out in public, and a lot of people looked at me, but nobody said one thing to me. Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. You know, there are things like this that people are kind of seeing, but they're not responding to, and they're not asking questions. I mean, I've got a small son. I'm walking around with my son and this AK-47 across my chest, and nobody said, why are you advocating guns or anything like that? Mm-hmm. Because that's kind of the problem we're dealing with. People aren't getting involved, they're not asking, and the purpose of this is to peacefully bring this message to everyone around the world that it's happening.
And so how can we here in Charleston help some people so far away? I guess that's a lot of questions at home people are wondering.
We're getting together and we're showing our support by peacefully gathering and actually symbolically representing what these children are going through. We're gathering at Citadel Mall outside of JCPenney at 3 o'clock. We're going to be basically single file marching.
Like we just saw in the beginning.
Right, exactly. So everyone gets to take part in that. It's really exciting that we're going to be joining up with people around the world. And we're going to be marching down Sam Rittenberg to a location right behind Barnes & Noble. It's like a 2.5-mile walk, I think. And but if you can't do the walk, you're welcome to show up at the location at 1830 Wallace School Road and just be there to be a number, be counted, and show that you're supporting these people. And then we're going to wait for a rescue. The camp is going to be set up like basically an LRA camp, symbolically. And we're waiting for a mogul or some celebrity or someone that's going to come up and do our rescue. Right. And we're going to stay there until we get rescued.
Well, you know, and I think here sometimes in the United States we all take things for granted.
Definitely, because we can't really understand this. Our society just doesn't accept things like this, so why should they accept it over there, right?
Correct. And like she was saying, these are invisible children. The world likes to count the LRA, this resistance army, as soldiers fighting. These are children. They're no different than the children we see here.
Yeah.
This is a definite cause for humanitarian effort, and it doesn't take a lot on our part to go camp out for one night.
No, not at all. And you can go and learn more about Invisible Children on invisiblechildren.com and see what they're doing right there. This is what's going to be happening on Saturday at the Citadel Mall. People are going to gather, and hopefully government can look and see what's going on and take a stand against what's going on against that. Poor children. Can you imagine being 9? Wow.
I know. Well, thanks for your hard work, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, well, stay with us because we're raising a glass to the Vidalco Wine Club Wednesday after the break.
Here's a great reason to head to Wholesale Appliance.